inzego z'imirimo, uko inzego z'ubucuruzi zigenda zifungura, biratanga icyizere ko ubukungu bushobora kuzahuka. Ari nayo mpamvu insanganyamatsiko y'uyu munsi mukuru wahariwe abasora igira iti dufatanye kuzahura ubukungu. Ni ugufatanya buri wese abigizemo uruhare, kubera ko nyine ubukungu ntibwashoboka kuzahura mu gihe cyose icyorezo cya COVID-19 cyaba kigihari. Kugira ngo rero igihugu kibashe kubona inkingo, n'ubundi uruhare rwa buri wese, by'umwihariko imisoro ni ingenzi, kuko mu by'ukuri umusoro ufite uruhare runini mu ngengo y'imari y'igihugu, kuko iyo urebye imibare iheruka usanga ubukungu uko buhagaze ubu ngubu, by'umwihariko ingengo y'imari y'igihugu, amafaranga aturuka imbere mu gihugu, ubaze umusoro n'inguzanyo z'imbere mu gihugu, biragera hafi kuri 70%. Ibintu bigaragara ko ari urugendo rukomeye rumaze gukorwa, intambwe ikomeye imaze guterwa mu kugira ngo koko igihugu kibashe kwigira mu by'ubukungu. Ikigaragara rero ni uko ubukungu bugenda bufungura, ni nako kuko iyo misoro yongera kuboneka, kubera ko ni hafi umwaka n'igice, hafi imyaka 2, uwo musoro nawo winjira mu isanduku ya leta waragabanutse, kubera ko abantu basora kubera ko bacuruje, basora kubera ko bakoze. Ntabwo byashobotse rero, ntabwo byakunze muri iki igihe cy'icyorezo cya COVID-19. Ibikorwa byinshi by'ubukungu byari ibifunze cyangwa se bikora gahoro gahoro. Byumvikana ko n'umusoro wagiye ukusanywa wagabanutse, ariko bikagaragara ko ubu noneho ubwo inkingo zikomeje kuboneka, hari icyizere gikomeye ko noneho uwo musoro wongera kwinjira mu isanduku ya leta. Hanashyizweho uburyo yewe butandukanye bufasha mu by'ukuri abasora kongera kwisuganya. Abantu baribuka ikigega nzahurabukungu cyashyizwemo amafaranga, n'ubu bagenda yongerwamo. Intego harimo gushyiramo miliyari byibura 100, abacuruzi, abikorera, inzego zitandukanye z'imirimo zigafashwa kuzahuka. Abantu baribuka n'ikibazo cyabaye by'umwihariko mu ntara y'Iburengerazuba igihe cy'umutingito watewe n'iruka ry'ikirunga cya Nyiragongo. Ngira ngo muri iki gihe hizihizwa umunsi mukuru wo gushimira abasora, mwabonye ko ikigo cy'igihugu cy'imisoro n'amahoro Rwanda Revenue Authority cyagereye mu karere ka Rubavu kigoboka mu by'ukuri abasora beza abagizweho ingaruka n'iriruka ry'ikirunga. Abo navuga ko ngo bazahaye kabiri kubera ikibazo cya COVID-19 ku rwego rw'igihugu muri rusange, ariko noneho Rubavu bagira n'ikindi kibazo cy'umwihariko ikibazo cyiruka ry'ikirunga cya Nyiragongo, ikibazo cyateye umutingito ukomeye, ibikorwa remezo bimwe na bimwe, imihanda, inyubako bikangirika. Ngira ngo twabonye n'ibikorwa remezo by'amazi nabyo biba byarubatswe n'ubundi biturutse mu misoro, byagiye byangirika. Bigaragara ko cyari ikibazo gikomeye cyane mu karere ka Rubavu, ariko ikigo cy'imisoro n'amahoro muri iki gihe hategurwa cyangwa se hizihizwa uyu munsi mukuru w'abasora, kikaba cyarageze mu karere ka Rubavu kikagera ku basora kikabafata mu mugongo. Navuga ko ni ikimenyetso cyiza cy'ubufatanye mu by'ukuri hagati y'iki kigo cy'imisoro n'amahoro, hagati ya leta ndetse n'abikorera ku giti cyabo. Mu kanya katarambiranye rero Perezida wa Repubulika Paul Kagame araza kuba ageze ahangaha mu Ntare Arena, ahagiye kwizihizwa uyu munsi mukuru wo gushimira abasora, umunsi wizihizwa ku nshuro ya 19. Umunsi navuga ko wongerera akanyabugabo abasora, kubera ko ni umunsi bashimirwa ku mugaragaro umusanzu wabo mu iterambere ry'igihugu, imisoro nk'inkomoko y'iterambere. Perezida
Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika arahageze.
Let's welcome the President of the Republic.
Please welcome the President.
And remain standing for the national anthem.
Thank you.
murakoze bafata ibyicaro. Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika, Right Honorable Prime Minister, bayobozi bakuru mu nzego nkuru z'igihugu, basura beza,
Mr. President,
basura umunsi twizihiza ku nshuro ya 19 ko igira iti dufatanye kuzahura ubukungu.
and I am your MC. I'm Judith Mukarugwiza, in charge of taxpayers education. Your Excellency, we're happy that you were able to be with us. You know, we know your very heavy responsibility, so thank you so much for finding the time to be with us. So we'll begin by giving the floor to the Rwanda Revenue Commissioner. Mr. Commissioner, you have the floor.
Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika,
Your Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, Ministers, President, or Chairman of the Private Sector Federation, on behalf of Rwanda Revenue, our staff and friends, good morning, and I wish you a happy taxpayers celebration. I thank you, Mr. President, for having found the time to come and be with us on this 19th Taxpayers Day. This is a sign and evidence that you follow very closely the issues of the taxpayers and the tax collection. And I want everybody to please help me thank the President of the Republic. Mr. President, with your permission, let me remind those who are here and those who are following us that everybody should be grateful to you because you launched this occasion of the Taxpayers Day, a festival, in fact, so that we are all encouraged to do our best and pull together. Therefore, Mr. President, Mr. Commissioner, I want to thank you for this. And today, our motto for the day is moving forward together for economic recovery. And we want to promote development. We want all of us to do our best to promote the economy and lift it up from doldrums that COVID-19 has thrown it. We have achieved a lot. We have done all we could, and I think we have achieved well. And all this is thanks to your support and the support of all those concerned, whether official or otherwise. And this is the cause For our good performance, we have increased tax collection. We have also improved the life of the taxpayers and facilitated their life. Last year, 2020-21 budget year, 1.6 million were collected, 1,654,000,000 francs. The target had been 1.593.3, which means we achieved, our achievement was 103.8%. This overachievement amounts to 60 billion point 2. That is an increase of 9.1% compared to last year. And this is a very important opportunity to celebrate this performance. Thanks to you, thanks to your sacrifices, to your effort. And we want to thank the government for the good policies that they set up and how they managed COVID-19. And all these measures helped us get through this period to achieve what we have just mentioned. Therefore, Mr. President, the fact that we were able to achieve this despite all the difficulties, because you have facilitation. We have e-tax, e-payment systems. And this system is very good indeed, because each one can pay their taxes without having to go to any office. Then we have EBM, which is very important for VAT management. And VAT, in fact, is a very big contributor. Between 33 and 35% of the receipts are through VAT. And when VAT is well paid, the rest also goes well. So the income tax receipts are boosted. We began using it in 2013, and EBM has therefore been very productive indeed. We can say that the users went from 953 people to 49,153 this year, October. Also, we can say that VAT allowed us to collect 199.6 billion in the year 2013-2014 to 531 billion in 2021. That is 33% increase. It was also possible to establish good controls, and these controls were very useful in accelerating things and simplifying things. For example, income statement and declarations. This was very much facilitated and simplified, and make life very easy for the taxpayers. Also, the costs were lowered, and for the taxpayers. Your Excellency, I think the economic situation is looking up. I think in 2021 we will achieve 77.8. No. 78%, and it will amount to 1.7 billion. And then I think we hope that this year will be better than last year, and continue moving forward, especially using EBM and other IT systems, working with various departments, government departments, and also being very close to the taxpayers so that they can improve their performance, improve the performance of our Rwanda revenue as well, so that everybody is better and better at their work. Therefore, Mr. President, we will do our best, but we still have a number of difficulties. First, the low take-up of these electronic systems, EBM and so on. A lot of people have not taken up these systems. Second, VAT refund. There is still a problem. Third, there are also, problems with especially liquor, wines, and clothing. There is still a lot of
tugenzura wenda imipaka n'ahandi.
a lot of fraud, especially using drones. And so we want to improve the situation, have cameras, for example, in some of the places where we have these activities, fraudulent activities. We'll work with the police, and I think we will manage to surveil these passes, these roads, and off-road paths. So, Mr. President, we'll do our best to achieve our objectives. We'll cooperate with the police, the army, local government, the local administrations, private sector, land management services, and also the media, because they are very useful in training the taxpayer. So this is what we commit to do. We also commit to help the private sector and the taxpayers in general to improve our performance, our service, to be close to you, so that all together we move towards the progress of this country. So, Mr. President, thank you very much. With your permission, I should ask that we start the ceremony of awarding the best taxpayers. Meanwhile, again, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Next, we are going to hear the president of the chairman of the Private Sector Federation for his statement on this day. Honorable guest of honor, Honorable Prime Minister, honorable ministers,
kwishimira abasora ukaba ukomeje ngaha aho perezida w'urugaga rw'abikorera Robert Gafakorera agiye kugeza ijambo ku bitabiriye.
Murakoze nyakubahwa Perezida.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Today, as we started these events, activities for a whole month, we started appreciating taxpayers all over the country. It has been an opportunity to congratulate, to thank the taxpayers and thank them for what they have achieved for last year, 2020. And it has been an opportunity to hear them and to hear their wishes. It is also an opportunity to congratulate. It's an opportunity to appreciate for all the assistance that was given to those who have gone through challenges. So now the private sector members pay their taxes because they know that they are contributing towards the building of our nation. I wish to thank those who selected this topic, moving forward together for economic recovery. It is true indeed, though we are happy, we are celebrating the achievements for 2020, we know it was a hard year because of the COVID-19 pandemic that affected the world, including Rwanda. Some of the strategies to stop the spread of the pandemic were hard on business in general. It is an opportunity, therefore, to appreciate the top leadership of our nation that was close to us with the establishment of a recovery fund to help those that were affected negatively by COVID-19 pandemic. Honorable guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I wish to thank the taxpayers who have paid their taxes, and I wish they also want to be among the best taxpayers next year. I wish to thank again the top leadership of our nation, at the top of which is His Excellency the President of the Republic, who support the partnership with all the government institutions. And that has been a major contribution to the building of our nation. Thank you very much.
nyakubahwa perezida wa repubulika tugeze rero mu mwanya.
Your Excellency, we are going to appreciate the taxpayers who have well paid their taxes. So we are going to proceed with the appreciation of taxpayers. So my colleague is going to lead us in this next step. I'm called Witonze Jean Paulin, and I'm the Deputy Commissioner in charge of taxpayers in the Rwanda Revenue Authority. We are going to start with the first part. So we want to appreciate the taxpayers. These are artists who who played a role in taxes, and we are going to be awarded by the Minister of Sports and the Youth. And the third of those, Camille Elizabeth, is one of the winners of Art Challenge, Rwanda Revenue Art Challenge. Camille Elizabeth. In second position, we have Mr. Harerimana Dieudonné. Please come forward so that you can receive the award. First position, Queen Seda Group, represented by Mr. Hirwa Travis. So let us give a warm applause to all of these artists who are being awarded today with the Rwanda Revenue Authority Art Challenge. Camille Elizabeth receives 600,000 francs, and Harerimana Dieudonné received 800,000 Rwandan francs, and Queen Seda Group received 1 million Rwandan francs.
Lui, non?
Il va prendre le président.
Ah, discours.
Next, we have outstanding highest contributors to local government taxes. We usually see the Minister of Local Government. So we have 3 taxpayers representing the 3 districts of Kigali. We start with Hundie Jean Bosco, who is the highest contributors to local government taxes, including rental of buildings. So let us request his son to come forward and receive the award on behalf of his father. Secondly, in Nyarugenge district, Madame Kamugwiza Foib, who contributed highest for rental of buildings in Nyarugenge district. Now, for special reasons, she's going to be represented by the deputy commissioner in charge of internal taxes. Then thirdly, we have Joban Putra Ramnik Shakuntala, who is the highest contributors to local government taxes in Kichukiro district. So let him come forward so that we can have a picture with the Minister of Local Government. Thank you. You can go back to your seats. Thank you. Thank you. Can go back to your seats. Next, we are going to award an award to the highest contributors in terms of imports and exports. So we start the best importer and the best exporter. The best importer is a British American Tobacco Rwanda Limited, and the best exporter is Rakoff Export Limited. So let them come forward. They are going to be awarded by the Minister of Commerce and Industry. So let us give them a warm applause for their highest achievement in terms of export and import. Thank you. You can go back to your seats. The next category is the category of small taxpayers that have paid most taxes and complied with the tax payment. So we are going to award 5 taxpayers, and they are going to be awarded by the Minister of Economic Planning and Finance. Supertech International Limited, Leadcom Integrated Solutions Rwanda, Galil Rwanda Limited, Imizi Ecotourism Development Limited, and Visor International Limited. So these are the best taxpayers in the category of small taxpayers. So they are being awarded for EBM usage and adoption and consistency in revenue growth. Thank you. You can go back to your seats. Your Honorable Minister, we have another category. The next category is the best EBM user. First, we are going to start with Yego Innovision Limited among the small taxpayers. Please come forward. And secondly, among the medium taxpayers, Sodiaco Limited. Please come forward. And the third, the largest taxpayer, the best EBM user, Majerwa. Please come forward. So these are actually the best EBM users. So these are the best EBM users, and they are going to be awarded, they are going to receive their awards, and we also have a picture with the Minister of Finance. Next, who is going to be awarded by the Minister of State, the best consumer in terms of number of EBM invoices requested. Basemba Jean Bosco, please come forward so that he can receive his award because he has been the best consumer in terms of number of EBM invoices requested. So he has consistently requested EBM invoices. So he is the best consumer in Rwanda, so he's going to be to receive his award for that. Please come forward, and we have a photo with the Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning. Thank you. The next category is the category of the best taxpayer in terms of consistency in revenue growth. Among the small taxpayers, the best one is Mohammed Hashim among the small taxpayers. So please come forward to receive your award. Among the medium taxpayers, we have Vine Pharmacy Limited. Please come forward to receive your award. Among the large taxpayers, we have EcoBank Rwanda, EcoBank Rwanda PLC. Please come forward to receive your award as the best taxpayers in terms of consistency in revenue growth. Mohammed Hashim is going to be represented by someone else because he has not been able to be present. So let us give them a warm applause. Thank you. You can go back to your seats. So the fifth category, these are medium taxpayers. These are 5 medium taxpayers, and they have actually been the best taxpayers in terms of tax compliance and contribution size. Organisation pour l'enseignement à programme belge au Rwanda. That is the Belgian school. Then we have Gasabo 3D Design Limited. Then Trans-African Container Transport Limited. Federation Handicap International, and SNV Rwanda. So while they are coming to have a photo with the Right Honorable Prime Minister, among these medium taxpayers, these are the best in terms of contribution size during the COVID-19 pandemic. We thank them because they kept paying their taxes, and they contributed a lot in the building of our nation.
turabashimiye minisitiri.
Thank you, Right Honorable Prime Minister. Thank you. Can go back to your seats. The next category, which is the last one, that is the large tax. This is the category of large taxpayers, and we are going to award 5 taxpayers. Bralirwa is the best. Bralirwa PLC is the best taxpayers, the best large taxpayer contributor. Then MTN Rwanda. Then the third large taxpayer is Bakresa Grain Milling. Please come forward. Then fourthly, for 2020, Ericsson AB. Please come forward. And fifthly, I&M Bank Rwanda. Your Excellency, these are the 5 the best large taxpayers in Rwanda. They are going to be awarded by His Excellency, the President of the Republic.
murakoze cyane.
Thank you. Another category to be awarded by the guest of honor. These are taxpayers who have been consistently paying their taxes for the last 10 years, and these are Hall of Fame taxpayers. Bank of Kigali is the first one, Bank of Kigali, and Ameki Color, represented by Rusirare Jacques. Bank of Kigali, represented by Dr. Diane Karusisi. Please come forward for a photo with His Excellency, the President of the Republic.
murakoze cyane nyakubahwa perezida.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Nyakubahwa Perezida.
Your Excellency, to be called a good taxpayer, to be a hero, to be a person of integrity, it is such an honor that is priceless. These taxpayers that have been awarded, we hope that they are going to continue paying their taxes and in a consistent manner. And we believe that many others will do that and will be considered as good taxpayers. Right now we are going to hear the main speech, the keynote speech by His Excellency, the President of the Republic.
bayobozi
Senior officials, leaders of various institutions here present, taxpayers, dear awardees, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you all and thank you all for joining us here to celebrate this Tax Appreciation Day, and I'm delighted to be with you today so we can together congratulate taxpayers, because this is the fruit of their hard work, and especially in difficult times, as we will elaborate on later on. So I congratulate this year's winners and who got their awards. It means that they have fulfilled their obligations as best as can be. Those awardees and others who did a good job, because I don't think all those who did a good job have been awarded, only those few, the best, were selected, but there are others who performed very well, and that's why the number that was mentioned, the amount of money collected in terms of tax revenues, it has increased tremendously, even though these are difficult times. This means that you have contributed your part in developing our country's economic development, and that economy is the engine of the development that we need. And all this occurred amidst problems that we all know. The problems caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, and this performance proves that everybody worked hard. In the last fiscal year, as we've seen, we've exceeded our total revenue collection target, the target we had set. I mean, those in charge of that on a daily basis, doing this on behalf of our country. So even though the first quarter of this fiscal year we fell short of the target, but people worked hard and they kept striving to do the best job, and this is a good beginning. The difference in what we set out to do and what we've achieved, that difference, I think, will be covered during the remaining quarters. We will make up for it. These numbers speak for themselves, and I commend your resilience, Rwandans' resilience, and I remind you that we should stay the course, even though we're facing serious problems. You should not lose that spirit. People should keep working hard so we can overcome these special circumstances. Last year, the government provided strategic tax relief to individuals and businesses and factories in order to mitigate the impact of this pandemic, as I mentioned, on our economy and on our families. Income taxes were temporarily waived for employees in highly affected sectors such as education and tourism. To encourage the private sector to increase production, we ensured that VAT and VAT was waived on masks that are made in Rwanda, and that, I think, has been of great help. Through the Manufacture and Build to Recover program, tax incentives helped to fast-track private sector investment in manufacturing and construction. Paying tax may feel like a sacrifice, but it has a purpose. It builds the country and guarantees a long-term self-reliance. And the taxpayers, and those, including those awardees we've seen today, this is a sign of what's possible and what we should do. So even those who did not get awards today and those who got them today, it's a sign that you are working, you are productive, and I encourage you to work even harder and to work even better. We need to increase our production and work better, make better products, and make more profit. Obviously, everyone else understands and the country will benefit along the process. And ultimately, taxes are an investment in our country's prosperity and well-being today and tomorrow. So we are fortunate to have public institutions that use these resources well and provide tangible benefits that we can see and we can feel. And let me add that, let me request that we need to do this better. It's never, there's always something we can improve to continue moving forward and faster. To those who have not paid their taxes, I think all of this should be a reminder. We need to keep it in mind. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize Rwanda Revenue Authority I first thanked the taxpayers, and understandably so, but those who collect the taxes deserve to be commended, congratulated. They keep reminding the others, and they collect what needs to be collected for the country and for the good of all Rwandans. So that Rwanda Revenue Authority continuously works to find solutions to enhance compliance as it should be. And I think they keep refining ways to collect revenues. And on the same note, there's one thing I want to raise here. I sometimes see this on social media. What I've seen recently, and I think all of you here, you know how you've traveled to this venue. Most of you were driving cars. And I think you've been paying taxes all the way here. I've seen people complaining. The speed limit. When we drive, or when we're traveling in cars, I've seen people complaining about the penalties that they get, the amount of money, and that is, it's all about the police, not Revenue Authority, but maybe RRA is also involved, maybe. They say, now it's too much. People are paying all the time for going beyond the speed limit, beyond 40 kilometers per hour. And that speed is maybe for some of us who walk. This is for pedestrians. And I think they were trying to bring in more money more than anything else. Now, there are two things we need to reconcile. I don't want us to overspeed. You know the consequences. But the speed should not be too low so you can't reach your destination. I've spoken to the police officials. I told them I want us to strike the right balance. But I suspect that all of you, those who were saying that were your spokespeople. I see everyone here agrees with me. But we're going to find a way for those in charge of this issue to deal with it. There are others who say that we were driving, but we can't see the road sign, the speed limit. We don't see it in some spots. There are areas where you see 50, which means you can't drive beyond 50 kilometers per hour. That should be the speed limit. But you need to see that sign. But when you don't see any sign, how do you know what to do? Now there are road signs, speed limit signs, or other road signs. Then people know that you can't overspeed because there are consequences, bad consequences. But others who are driving normally, or others are using the road, walking, or motorcycles, or others, everybody needs to be safe. We don't want accidents caused by overspeeding. But people who use the roadways should do the right thing. So what I'm saying is that I've seen this, I'm aware of it, I know people have been talking about that, and I wanted to go to the bottom of it, and I see that even you here were aware of it and were concerned. And now I'd like to talk about two more important things which I think are very important. That I think are vital and should have your attention moving forward. And first, the private sector should partner with the local government and other stakeholders to improve tax education and awareness, an understanding of regulations and tax laws, including the impact that taxes have on our country's development, will help increase voluntary compliance. Secondly, the use of technology and data analytics should be enhanced to improve detection of tax fraud and evasion. It's not a good thing that some people work very hard and pay taxes, and because it's a hard thing to do, they work hard to pay that tax, and it's not understandable that this is the responsibility of some while others evade that tax. I think it takes more tax education and awareness raising and technology to increase that voluntary compliance and to reduce tax fraud or eliminate tax evasion completely, because they are working and they are making a profit. This should go hand in hand with continuing to automate services and processes at all levels, both at Rwanda Revenue Authority and the taxpayers, those who use Rwanda Revenue Authority's services. If that awareness and that technology is put to good use, things would work much better. If it's used efficiently and in total transparency. Let me finish by thanking all stakeholders for playing their part in the country's economic recovery. After almost 2 years of very tough conditions, the last 2 years, almost 2 years, I think nobody was spared by this pandemic, but that recovery from it is something we're seeing, and I want to thank you for that, and I urge you to continue joining hands to achieve even more. I'm saying this without any reservation that a big part of the reason why we are able to celebrate these achievements here today is because of our collective resilience and the dedication of all Rwandans in general, and I thank you all here in this audience and beyond. So let's continue on that path and do even more and even better. And let me already wish you, as we're nearing the end of the year, let me do it this early, and I wish you all the best as we're moving towards the end of the year, and hoping that we begin the next year very well, so it can be better than this year. Thank you very much.
Murakoze cyane.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, for those precious remarks. We promise that next year, when we celebrate the 20th Taxpayers' Day, we'll have made progress in building our country. Now it's time for a group photo. The best taxpayers will step forward, 2 photos with the President of the Republic and other leaders who awarded these awards. The first photo, we will have the artists. Please step forward. And then we'll have best local taxpayers. Ushers will help you in that regard. We will also welcome the best importer and the best exporter and the small taxpayers. All those categories, please step forward. And I request the leaders, the Prime Minister, Minister of State and the Ministry of Finance, the Minister of Culture, and the Commissioner General, Rwanda Revenue Authority, to please step forward for the photo as we await the President of the Republic to join you. Thank you. And let's respect the rules, social distance, and other ways. So please bring your awards, and please remove your mask very briefly, and maintain the distance. Thank you.
Rwanda Revenue Authority kikaba kivuga ko uyu munsi wizihijwe cyarageze ku ntego yo gukusanya imisoro yinjijwe mu isanduku ya leta. Intego ikaba yaragezweho ku kigero kirenga 100%, 103%. Mu by'ukuri ibi ikaba ari ibintu byagaragaye ko nubwo icyorezo cya COVID-19 cyari gikomeye, ariko bitabujije n'ubundi abasora kuzuza inshingano zabo kimwe n'ubundi abafasha gukusanya imisoro ari bo Rwanda Revenue Authority. Reka tubashimire rero kuba mwakurikiye uyu muhango cyangwa se ibi birori. Twifurize gukomeza kunogerwa
abahembwe mwakwisubira mu byicaro.
Thank you. The awardees, please go back to your seats. Your Excellency, please stay for the next photo with those who the best, with Sodiakoma Gergois, best consumer, and those who got their awards for consistency in tax paying, large tax